Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video to embark upon a new custom project. Last week I shortlisted a number of projects for you guys to choose from. Over 600 of you left responses, so I thank you all for taking the time to do that. And overwhelmingly, you guys selected the symbiote sidekick of Agent Venom, Mania. So I'm on my laptop Googling images for reference for Mania, and I've stumbled upon this image as Mania with these huge clawed hands. That character design is totally me, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. It's just more monstrous and generally more symbiote-like. I think it's a lot better than just doing the standard Mania Hot Topic emo girl hanging out of the mall look. Mania is a teenage girl character, so it's a no-brainer to use the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Infinite Series Spider-Girl, also a teenage girl character. Plus, she's all black, so hopefully I won't have too many nightmares when it comes to paint rub on the joints. And here you see her standing alongside my custom classic Baron Zemo. And if you missed how I came to customize him to this point, you can check out those videos here on my YouTube channel. First step is to kitbash the various parts. I'm going to start that by popping off Spider-Girl's head. And like most new Hasbro figures, it pops off really easily. And I'm actually going to use this Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics Black Costume Spider-Man head. And to attach that, I'm going to have to heat that and ease it on. So to attach it, I'm going to leave this sitting on my electric space heater for about 5 minutes to soften the plastic enough to ease it on over the ball peg of the neck. And you can see the plastic has slightly softened. If I squeeze it, it's kind of squishy and gone a bit rubbery. And that should allow us to ease that on over the ball peg, like thus. So that retains all the articulation, and we actually got lucky with this head as it's a real decent fit. Sometimes when you swap heads, they can sit really high on the neck or too low, but I think that's pretty decent. Now moving on to her gloved lower arms and booted lower legs, I'm going to achieve those for a combination of kitbashing parts and sculpting. And for the lower legs I'm going to use these. The name escapes me right now. Feel free to fill in that blank in the comments below. But anyway, they're suitably booty and strappy for the character. Even better, I've been through my fodder and found the black variant of these legs, so that I won't have to worry about the joint rub. And for the kit bashing, onto the electric heater go all these pieces to soften the plastic to allow the part swapping. So now I'm actually going to try and swap it at the boot cut, so we'll see how that works. Actually, that seems like a decent fit. Let's go for the second one. Oh, I need to pull off that upper leg. There. I do need to remove these parts as well. Maybe I can just pry those out. Yep. And then I'll need to fill those gaps in with some epoxy clay. Now as for those hands, you'll remember at the top of the video I showed you that image of her with the big clawed hands. I do have these ones, which are from the Spider-Man Classics Morbius. I think it will be good to swap those on and see how they work. So if I'm going to make these parts work, some sculpting I need to do is make the top of the boot wider here, so it actually looks like this part of the leg is sitting inside it. And then also up here on the lower arms, do some sculpting around the wrists here, just to blend this big hand in much better. But when it comes to the sculpting, the first thing I'm going to tackle is her hair. If you remember those punky spiked shapes. So I've already mixed my Milliput epoxy clay. I'm going to break a piece off and roll it into a spike, and then I'm going to compress that onto her head, smoothing it on so that it forms one uniform shape. Then repeat with these spiked shapes from the clay until I've achieved the full symbiote punked spike hairdo look. So there's a hair with the epoxy clay. I'm only really trying to rough out the form. I will go back in once this clay is cured and smooth it out with some sandpaper. But before the clay cures, I'm going to continue with the sculpting and tackle the straps around the wrist. I've rolled the clay out into a long pipe, and now I'm going to flatten it out into more of a strap shape and then apply these around the wrist. And finally, with the clay I've mixed, while I still have some working time, I'm going to work on the shape of the eyes. I'm going to build up around the eye in relief so that the white of the eye will be inset. So the epoxy clay is all cured now. I'm going to smoothen out the surface, clean it all up by sanding it with some sandpaper. And at this point I'm actually going to turn the camera off because this is going to generate a fair bit of dust, and I also need to go and spend a couple of hours editing this footage so you all can enjoy it. So there you see from the sanding I've managed to finesse those spikes into looking spikier. Anyway, she's beginning to take shape. Stay tuned for part 2 and you can see her develop some more. Please reward my efforts by giving this video a big thumbs up. Also remember to comment, share and subscribe. Check out the description beneath this video for links to my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Click those links and connect with me there too. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.